Well, happy New Year's Eve. I'm here to deliver on the as promised last makeup look of 2021. Is anyone besides me like, see ya? To 2021 and 2020? I mean, it can't get much worse, right? Anyway, first things first, we have to toast together. So cheers. Thanks for being here. Thanks for the support. Totally appreciate you guys. I have super classy snacks here also. Look at my classy snacks. Peanut butter pretzels. Anyone else love these? Okay. Makes the champagne go down nice and easy. Anyway, I am going to be doing is it Shae Mitchell, I think is her name. She's so gorgeous. I'm going to be doing that very matte, very neutral. As always, using my Saint palette, all my makeup is in one compact. I will put the color match link on the screen. Look at this beautiful thing. I've also picked some additional colors that are all for my eye look, which is going to be beautiful and very natural. So if you love natural makeup, stay tuned to all of this. So the first three colors that I'm using are these three here, starting with the lightest one first. Basically, you map out your face. This is like goggles, ski mask, beard. Okay, very simple. So for my goggles, I'm going to put it under my eye, on my eyelid as a primer for my eyeshadow. It makes my eyeshadow last until we ring in this new year. And that's basically it for the first shade. You can kind of think of this as concealer. So if you have any additional redness that you want to cover, you can do that. And then you move to color number 2. They all kind of work together to provide amazing coverage, and because it's cream-based makeup, it looks like skin up close. And then after you put your makeup on, in between each step, you must drink. Okay, number 2 goes in your ski mask area. So just around your face like this. That's this middle color here. And then the third color goes in your beard area. And even though each of these are slightly different, the next step in this magical process is called contouring. It's these darker colors here. Don't be afraid of them. It's nothing to freak out about. But as you can see, I have contoured this side of my face, and you can see that it is adding shape and dimension, where over here I'm sort of just flat. So I'm taking our detail brush, which is a very uniquely shaped brush. It's meant for contouring. It's meant for cream-based makeup. So don't skimp on the brushes, guys. You'll have a heck of a time putting it on. And the placement of it is the only other important part. Is sort of just how much to load onto the brush, and then where the heck does it go on your face. So I'm using it more or less as like a push-up bra for my cheeks. Adds depth and dimension. I also love it around my hairline, and I love it on the side of my nose. With the extra, I can kind of run it along my jawline, but I have a pretty angular jaw to begin with, so I don't need much there. That's it. I forgot to sip after contour. It's a rule. After every step, you've got to do it. Okay, I had to work out which blush color was going to be an exact match to what Shae is wearing. So what I have come up with, because her look is all matte, I want to make sure I'm not using one of our glossy colors. So this color here is called Sandstone. It's lovely. And so I'm just taking that very first brush, and I'm just going to pop a little bit of it just north of my contour line. You guys, all of these are cream. So the highlight color was cream, the contour is cream. So this works because every single product is the same texture, it's the same density, it's the same weight, and it's just super flawless in the way that it all works together. Okay, while I was waiting for my captions to post, I may or may not have refilled my glass, and I penciled in this brow. My advice on brows is just keep trying until you can find something that's suitable for you. I was either dealing with a brow that was way too damn dark, or it was so light that it wasn't cutting the mustard. So I just kept trying until I found one that I liked. And this one is the Charlotte Tilbury pencil in natural brown. I love it because it adds flicking little strokes upward in the front part of the brow. I go in a like upward motion, and then in the back half of the brow, I go in a downward motion. And I really actually sells a refill. So the pencil stays the same, this gold part, but you can buy a refill that just screws into the top. So I just pencil them in. I mean, I just like a little shape You can see the difference. So what I do is I just start by business of waiting for captions just makes me so distracted like a damn squirrel. I'm like, oh. This is what I'm doing. Yeah. For the eye look, I've cooked it up here. It's pretty soft and neutral. We're starting with Pup and a nice fluffy brush. Again, I have my Saint Cream highlight on as a base, and I'm just putting this basically on the inner half of my eye. You can be messy with it. It's fine. Just put it on there. All the way up. Okay. Color is a wildly underused color by me. It's this one called Zion. Maybe I'll just make a New Year's resolution that I'll use Zion in more looks next year. And I'm just going to kind of use small little circles and add this. It's a lovely color with the sandstone cheek. Just adds a bit of warmth because most of the other colors are very neutral. So just a touch of warmth out on the outer corner at the top edge of the crease. Okay, for the outer corner of this eye, I'm going to start with a color called Cafe. It's a new one. And I'm just going to start putting it in the pocket of the crease and kind of making like a little V in the outer corner. You can use the other side of the brush just to blend it and start. You're going to just start layering color. So Cafe is first. The next color is Cocoa. A bit more mauve, a bit deeper. And if you only have one of these, that's fine. Just use one. And then the final one is Philly. See how it's just building depth? Philly's a little bit richer, more deep brown, putting that even more. You really can't mess this up. Super easy. None of that was recording. No problem. Rewind. If you need to do any kind of cleanup, you can take a bit of cupcake and you can put it up here on the top of the brow bone. You can put it here on the inner corner of the eye. Make sure that's nice and light. You can also take a tiny touch of it and put it here in the innermost corner of the lid. And that just really kind of gives you that light to dark emphasis. The last thing we're going to do is take some Salem in lieu of like a nice, sharp, thick, bold, like pen-like liner. We're just going to do a soft shadow liner and a nice thin little brush like this. And so you're going to take a bit of Salem, and all we're really trying to do is make sure that the lash line itself looks nice and dark. So I just took a little bit of that there because we're going to put this faux lash on, and we need a little something there. Time to put our lash on. Tonight I'm actually using the Ardell 814 Faux Mink. The reason I chose it is because it has a clear weft. You can see there is no black line here. With only having a bit of shadow there, you want a natural lash. I need to trim mine, so that's something you should definitely do. You could even put that little piece that comes off on the bottom side out here on the corner if you felt like it. If you have the time, go ahead. Otherwise, I'm just going to tack my bead of glue on and I'll be right back. Really, when you sit this down, set the center first and then tack the corners. Okay, I'll show you. Here it is. The glue is on there. I've waited 10 to 15 seconds to make sure it's nice and tacky. I've got my granny mirror here. You look down, sit the lash right on top of your natural lash line. The only point of contact that I really care about at this point is the middle. And then I'm just going to take the corners and tack them down one at a time. You have plenty of time, so just take your time. The glue will just get nice and sticky. You can even just take your fingers and make sure. The corners are the things that are going to lift more than anything, so that's the point that you really need to make sure. And these are really nice, and this glue will just dry nice and clear. And since we have loads of time, here's to you. Back with the lip look, because her lips are luscious. I'll show you again. Okay, I totally forgot. The final thing with the eyes is just to do your waterline with a nice light pencil. I noticed that in the picture. I think it makes a difference. It makes your eyes look more open. This is the Makeup Forever pencil in Boundless Bisque. And then we will use another Makeup Forever pencil. This is Anywhere Caffeine. We're gonna line the lips with this, and then we're gonna stick some Royal on the inner part of the lip. It's basically the like glossier, more sheer version of Sandstone. When you're lining your lips, make sure that you overline right here in the center and then bring it back up to the corner there. That's the best tip I got. Royal. You can see I like using it. It's glossy, it's nourishing. And I think when you use your finger to apply it, you can actually rub it into the liner, and that just helps kind of break up the liner so it doesn't look like, you know, you're playing Pac-Man at 7-Eleven in the 1980s with all the brown lip liner, right? If you wanted to make the interior part of your lip a little lighter, I'm a big fan of Petal, which is this one right here. Final thing up for discussion is just how to set this makeup. Now, I think that if you were going like out for New Year's Eve and you were gonna sweat a bunch and you were in a club and you were gonna dance all night long and be like sweaty, I would double set my makeup. I would first do setting spray and then I would do powder. If I'm doing it just legit off of the picture, her face is very matte, very velvety smooth. There's no shine to it. There's no illuminator here. She just looks like really soft. So you can use the Vanilla Dust setting powder, but when I want like extra matte, I go with this, which is the Coty Airspun powder. This stuff's been around since the Stone Age. You can get it at Walgreens. It smells like a church basement. It smells like an old lady, but it works. So I just take our powder brush and I powder my face anywhere that I need it. It's going to set my makeup and it's going to make sure that it's a matte finish. Okay. Shae and I would like to wish all of you guys a happy and healthy and prosperous 2022. Thank you for being here. It really does mean the world to me that you guys watch these at all. I'm shocked that you watch them. So anyway, if you found this helpful, I will put the color match link back on the screen. Cheers to you guys. I hope you have an amazing night. I'm going to be hanging out, basically eating Oreos and hanging out with my kids all night. Probably playing a board game, maybe a puzzle. I might play that Oculus thing. That thing's awesome. Anyway, cheers, guys. Love ya.